Ladies and gentlemen, drug addiction has gotten worse in Midtown Manhattan. And this came out in the New York Post, July 28th, 2020. Apparent junkies turned stretch of New York City's Midtown into a shooting gallery. So there's all kinds of hypodermic needles left behind and just people all strung out on drugs. So drug addiction and drug deaths in America has not slowed up one bit during COVID-19. It is still going strong. Okay, it's the Great Black Tar Way. A cluster of junkies have turned Broadway into a shooting gallery, injecting drugs unhampered in the broad daylight and then shuffling around in a zonked out stupor, seemingly obviously to the Midtown bustle around them. If that wasn't enough, the addicts are preparing the area to be used for throwing around their syringes, turning individual planters on 40th Street and Broadway into mini needle parks. They've taken over the tables, blatantly using needles and shooting up heroin all day long, said a local worker who asked that he only be identified as James. There's no police action. There's no reach out. There's nobody preventing this. And we've had multiple calls to 311, but nobody responds. So it's become a real problem in that area now. I know exactly where they're talking about too. All right, so he called his own 311, futile exercises. The Post spotted several of the spent needles dumped at the scene, even caught one of the vagrants shooting up out in the open on Tuesday afternoon with no one stepping in or saying a word. Another photo from the local show four people stooped over at one table at a busy intersection earlier in the day, with drug paraphernalia clearly visible between them. In the morning, they started early in the morning, said construction worker Edgar Rivera, who'd been working at a nearby site in recent weeks. It's almost always the same people you see around. It's always the same ones all the time. They are like here every day. We see them sleeping on the floor, Rivera said. Sometimes the ambulance come around here to help them out. It's always the same guys. An employee for a private sanitation company who gave the name Jeff said he's worked in the area for about 6 years and the situation has gotten worse. Disappointing, the way they discard all their syringes. It's not the safest, he said. In the last year, it's gotten really bad. I've been seeing more syringes discarded ever since they started coming in. In a statement late Tuesday, a City Hall spokesman said the situation is entirely unacceptable. We will do everything we can to connect with these people with drug treatment and help so they can get their lives back on track, the statement said. The police said they have only received one drug complaint in the area over the past month, and the suspects were gone by the time the police arrived. So, wow. I guess because it's not being supervised in that area, no cops or anybody is around. That's why many of these addicts have chosen the spot in Midtown Manhattan. And Apparently, they don't care what they're doing if they're just sitting and shooting up, just out in the open. But, ladies and gentlemen, the opioid deaths are still up in America. They never dropped. It's just that now that we are dealing with coronavirus, it is not being spoken about as much, but it is still there and it's still a big problem. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.